Hello everyone and welcome. For those of you that don't know, my name is Finn and this is my journey towards a life closer to boat building and sailing. So there's been a bit of a delay in getting this video out to you guys as we've had a real temperature drop here in the UK, and the couple of the jobs that I wanted to get finished off for this video meant that I had to wait until we had a couple of milder days so I can get on and get a couple of these bits finished and completed. So this video is going to be a little bit different than normal. We've got a visitor coming down to the workshop to give us a bit of a talk and a demonstration of a new product he's been working with over the last few years. Right, so we've got a visitor come down to the workshop today. So this is Pete. Pete is from Epoxy UK Ltd, and he just wanted to come down and give us a little talk and a bit of a demonstration on his product that he's been working on over the last few years. Yeah. So he's come down and brought some materials, and we're going to get on with sheathing the relayed deck and the counter stern, the new timber that's recently been fitted on the aft of the boat. So Pete, do you want to tell us a little bit about how you found my project?
I'm doing a similar thing. I'm doing a similar sort of boat. I'm sat at home and you are working your way through the YouTube channels thinking, what idea can I pinch from him? You know, that's it. It's a good project. I like the fact that it's ferro and it's just a little bit unusual, and we don't get enough unusual stuff to play with normally. It's very mundane, it's GRP, it's timber, and that's it. So I thought this would be a good time to come down and actually, A, for me to practice on a ferro boat, don't get the everyday opportunity for that, and B, to try and convince you that there are some other products out there that I want you to try.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's cool. And I think, you know, the product we've used, as you'll see in the video later on, it's very similar to a lot of the other epoxy products that are on the market, but this one's just a bit more environmentally friendly.
Yes, it's a vegetable-based product, but at the end of the day, I think the most important thing about this is the fact it's easy to use. You're going to see me get absolutely covered in this stuff because we're doing it at a really weird angle. I mean, so we're virtually working upside down. It's going to go everywhere. And yes, you can put the goggles and everything on, but in a cold workshop, they frost up. And in the balance of safety and everything, you need to be able to see what you're doing. That's the most important thing. So consequently, you're going to see it go all over me. But I don't come out in rashes. I don't get chemical burns by it. I will probably go home and use a bit of fairy washing up liquid and then get in the shower and it will be gone. It's that simple. And it's a nice product in the fact that it's not a complicated product. Yeah. It's fairly simple. It's a 2-to-1 mix. It's forgiving. You don't have to go too mad on your prep work, but your prep work is important. And as we've seen, or you see, that provided you get the area clean and no the age-old thing, no grease, no oil, it will take. Our problem that most people suffer from is the fact they over-prepare. So if you're using plywood, it's a beautiful finish when it comes out the factory, but it's a polished finish. So we need to lift those fibres, and there's the same on the ferro. If it's too smooth, it doesn't give anything for the resin to actually bite into. So by ripping it up a little bit, we give it something to bite into, and then we worry about the smoothness on top. Where we've got the epoxy on, we'll get that smooth. You're going to have roughly 2,000 pounds a square inch of bite from this stuff. So the timber is going to fail before the resin. And it doesn't matter whether it's our product or anybody else's, any decent resin is going to give you that sort of bite. It's an industry type standard. Yeah. We've already mixed a couple of batches up and I've said to you, you know, we've got no smell. You know, so when you are in tight corners, you're not overcome by fumes. And I say, I find personally, it's the smell of some of these chemicals that get to me now. Yeah. I'm getting old. the skin isn't quite as tough as it used to be. So I like this. Of medium and a bit of fast in it, because I want this to, it's a bit cold.
Yeah.
So I'm cheating. Which is the nice thing about this. You can blend the hardness and get roughly, you know, what you're looking for. I'm going to do a bit on the top of the deck, near the edge. I'm going to come down and do this backside on, so we get it on, and then we'll peel back the top bit, put the goop on, and then relay it.
Cool.
Because then if it doesn't work, and we have to rip it off, we can go back to plan B. So it's a matter of juggling this all about. The first bit that we put along the top will actually help hold it all in place.
Yeah.
Then we'll put the other bit on underneath with a brush, and then we'll smooth it down into it. Then we'll use the roller and the heat gun to then re-layer on top of that and then force it through.
Okay, so there we have it. That is the counter stern pretty much completely sheathed now. So what we've done is layered over the whole of the counter stern, all of the new part of the deck, then wraps round the bottom fashion timber, and then that then follows on round the bottom curve to overlap onto the counter stern. There are a couple of areas that bubbled up a little bit just on where we were trying to mould the matting round some hard corners. But that's nothing to worry about, as once it's all completely cured off, I can then sand those little air bubbles back out and then just patch over with a little patch of fiberglass matting. And then I can sand it all back and go over it all with a coat of the flag, which is the thicker epoxy resin that already has some fibres dissolved into it. And that way I'll get a nice thick layer on top of the matting that will really fill up all of the exposed matting that's left. And then once that's set, I can then go over with the fairing compound and really flatten and smooth this whole area off. Hopefully by that point it'll be then ready for its first coat of deck paint and hull paint to seal it all up and allow us to move on with the next stage of the build. Now I just want to take this time to say a massive thank you to Pete from Epoxy UK Ltd for taking the time to come down to the workshop and bring a load of materials to give a good demonstration on the product that they've been working with and to really have a go at getting all this sheathed up and sealed off. So if any of you guys watching this video are interested in Pete's product from Epoxy UK Ltd, then be sure to head to the description below the video and I will include the link to his website and a promotional code. If you guys want to make any orders, there'll be a code included in the description below where you'll get a bit of a discounted price. So thanks again, Pete. It was really great to have you here and I'm really pleased with the progress we've made. So I just want to say a huge thanks to all of you guys that are watching and subscribing and commenting on the videos. It really helps to grow the channel, and it gives me great inspiration and encouragement to continue filming and sharing my journey with you. I also need to say a huge thanks to all of my patrons. Your continued support really is overwhelming, and for those of you that have recently become patrons, I cannot thank you enough, and I really hope you continue to enjoy the journey as the progress unfolds. But that's it for this video. So if you haven't already done so, hit the subscribe button and the little bell beside it to get notified of my next release. If any of you guys have any questions, then feel free to ask away in the comment section below the video. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you again soon.